is the clock ticking down on one of Toronto's biggest stars. As the Maple Leafs gear up for what could be a pivotal playoff run, the future of a certain offensive powerhouse hangs in the balance. With whispers of a potential contract extension swirling around, fans are left wondering if management will take the leap or play it safe. What happens if he doesn't deliver when it matters most? Stick around as we dive deep into the implications of this critical decision for the team's future. Don Cherry has stirred the pot once again, and this time it's about Mitch Marner's future with the Toronto Maple Leafs. In his recent podcast, Don Cherry's Grapevine, he raised some eyebrows with his take on Marner's contract situation, suggesting that if Marner doesn't perform in the playoffs, the Leafs should reconsider giving him a massive deal. And honestly, that's a perspective that hits home for a lot of us fans. Marner has been an integral part of the Leafs' success over the years, but let's be real. If he underperforms in the playoffs again, can we justify a deal exceeding $14 million per year? That's a hefty sum for a player who has yet to prove himself on the biggest stage. I mean, we all know about the salary cap constraints, and with the way contracts are escalating, the stakes couldn't be higher. Marner wants to stay in Toronto, but as he hits the peak of his career, he's also looking for a payday that reflects his worth. Currently, he's making nearly $11 million a year. And with 16 goals and 55 assists in just 54 games this season, he's definitely making a case for a significant raise. But that's the tricky part. If he continues to shine in the regular season but falters when it matters most, how do we balance loyalty to a player with the financial health of the team? And let's not forget, the Leafs have other contracts to navigate, including John Tavares and Matthew Knees. It feels like a game of chess, and every move counts. Brad Treliving has a lot on his plate, and the clock is ticking. The pressure is mounting to find the right balance between keeping our stars and making sure we have the necessary cap space to build a championship-caliber team. So, here's the million-dollar question. Is it wise to invest heavily in Marner if he can't deliver when the heat is on? I'm torn. On one hand, we need to recognize his contributions to the team, but on the other hand, we can't ignore the potential ramifications of a bad contract. Will this become another financial anchor for the Leafs, or can it turn into a valuable investment? Want to hear from you. Do you think this was the best decision? What are your expectations for Marner in the playoffs? And you, what do you think? I want to hear your opinions down below. Let's engage in this debate because it's crucial and for the future of our beloved team. William Nylander's scoring this season has been puzzling, to say the least. He's playing at an elite level, yet the points just aren't piling up like we're used to seeing. It's almost as if he's in a different universe where everything seems to be clicking, yet the scoreboard doesn't reflect that. His goal tally has increased, but his assists are noticeably down. It's baffling because visually he looks as dynamic as ever. So what's really going on with Nylander? Could it be that he's feeling the effects of Craig Berub's system? This season, the Maple Leafs are adopting a more defensive and structured approach under his guidance. While that's great for the team's overall defense, it could also be limiting the high-scoring chances we've come to expect. Teams that focus heavily on defense often see a dip in offensive numbers, and it seems Nylander thrives in a faster-paced game. It's tough for players like him, Austin Matthews, and Mitch Marner, superstars who are used to creating scoring opportunities at will. What's intriguing is that Nylander has been getting more breakaways this season than in the past. Is that a sign that he's still finding ways to escape the confines of Berube's system? It's a double-edged sword. While it shows he's still got that spark, it also highlights the struggle to mesh with a rigid style. For someone like Nylander, programmed for improvisation, fitting into a straitjacket system is a tall order. But let's not forget, Nylander is still finding the back of the net. Just recently, he achieved his second career hat-trick in a thrilling 6-3 victory over the Calgary Flames, his hometown team, no less. That game was monumental for him, and it capped off a remarkable stretch of 5 goals in 3 games. Currently, he's on fire with 9 goals and 11 points in his last 8 games. He's sitting second in the NHL with 33 goals, just behind Leon Draisaitl. So, despite the numbers being a bit lower than last year, Nylander still knows how to light it up when the moment calls for it. Now, here's the big question. Why isn't he hitting that century mark? Last season, he finished with 98 points. Just shy of that magic number. It's a puzzle. Is it the system, the players around him? It's likely a blend of both. The Maple Leafs are trying to find that balance between sticking to a structure and allowing their stars the freedom to shine. While the system might stifle some offensive production, players like Nylander, Matthews and Marner will always find ways to make it work, even with John Tavares missing from the lineup and not always playing with high-scoring linemates. I truly believe Nylander will keep doing what he does best, and the points will eventually follow. But let's be real, hitting 100 points this season? That's looking unlikely, yet that doesn't mean he's slowing down. Far from it. So what do you think about Nylander's situation? Is it the system that's holding him back, or is it something else? I want to hear your thoughts in the comments below. And remember, if you enjoyed this analysis, like, share, and subscribe to stay updated on all things Toronto Maple Leafs. Don't forget to activate that notification bell to get all the latest updates.